Okay, Chairman Bradbury, you can start.
Okay, we're going to call the roll for today's meeting. Quaison Payne.
Here.
David Lynn.
Here.
And Jeff Bradbury is here. I need to get a motion to approve the minutes of the September 10th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Need to get a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Amanda, we didn't get any public comment, did we?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll close off public comment and go to homestead exemption removals.
In the packet that I emailed to you all is a list of homestead exemptions that the tax commissioner's office sent to us to remove. And on those, I also list the reason that they are requesting for removal. And so all of these individuals will receive a letter, and they will have 45 days to appeal the removal of their homestead. And so it is our recommendation that all of these homesteads be removed per the tax commissioner's office.
Everybody see that in the email?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion to the effect to remove these homestead exemptions?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And we've got one conservation use removal.
We actually have two.
Okay.
The first one is parcel 154038E. H.A. Cook is requesting to be removed from conservation use. Per the code section 385.7.4, paragraph Q4. He went into his conservation use covenant for the first time after the age of 67, and he has owned the property for at least 15 years. And so he can request to get out of conservation. He has to do that request to the Board of Assessors. The penalty is that there is no penalty, but he does have to pay current year's taxes. So he will pay fair market taxes this year for 2020, but he qualifies. So it is our recommendation that his conservation use covenant be removed.
Do you want to do the two together, or you want to do them separate? Let's do them
I'll do
separate.
them separate.
All right. Can we get a motion for 154038E?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 We'll go on to the next one.
The next parcel 22210, is requesting to get out of conservation use per 48.5.7.4, paragraph Q3. And it is in a renewal covenant. It's been in for 3 years, and the owners are over the age of 65. And so they qualify to be removed, and they will also be paying current year's taxes as the penalty for their request. And so it's our recommendation that they be removed from conservation use.
Can I get a motion?
I move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right. We'll move on to the digest appeal update.
All right. First of all, I'm just going to give you an update on where we stand with the 2020 digest appeals. We are at officially 200 appeals. So we're glad we're getting through those. As you know, we were at 1,500 when we started, and now we're down to 200. So we're trying to get those last few scheduled for BOE or see what we can get resolved. And out of those 200, 108 of them are College Glen appeals. So, you know, really we're down to about 92 other than College Glen. So the first thing is we've got the 2020 Public Utility Digest. And y'all got that sent to you in the packet. Overall, the increase is 100%, about 12.37 million, which comes out to almost 5 million assessed. So the Public Utility Digest is up. So first thing we need you to do is to adopt these 2020 public utility values.
Can I get a motion to adopt the public utility values?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right.
The second thing we'll need to do with the public utilities is to, we always keep our properties between 38 and 42%, and as long as you do that, you can assess the public utility values at 40%. And so the second motion we need is to assess all of the public utility values at 40% for assessment notices.
Can I get a motion to that effect?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, we've got the 2021 digest schedule here for you. Y'all kind of keep this, you'll have a copy, and this is just kind of important dates that we'll need to follow as we move through the next cycle. They're tied to our meetings, which we hope will still be the second Thursday of each month. But that's what the current calendar is tied to. But it's kind of the same process we go through every year, but we've just updated the calendar. And this is good not only for our office, but the tax commissioner, also the finance department and the school, to kind of see where we expect to be in our process at any given point. And the goal is to send assessment notices on May the 7th next year. Again, approve the digest in July, so that the tax bills can continue to be mailed with an August 20th billing date and an October 20th due date. So I guess we can get y'all to adopt this digest.
All right. Can I get a motion to adopt the 2020 digest schedule?
I'll move for adoption.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right.
We do need to approve the NADA values as provided by the State Department of Revenue. We have to adopt those each year. Those are used in our CAMA system to value mobile homes. And at some point, we should be getting the ABOS schedule, which values the boats. And, every county in Georgia uses those schedules. So we'll need to adopt the NADA schedule because we do have it.
I get a motion to approve the NADA schedule.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I would like to give you an update on the audits that we do for personal property. As you know, we contract with TMA to do personal property audits. And so this is a broad summary that we sent you. Going back to 2014 is when we kind of got that program going again. We started out only doing 8 audits that first year. The last couple of years, we've been able to do over 20 audits. And so, as you can see, over the last couple of years, the audits have cost $43,000, but they've actually produced over $220,000 in tax revenue for the county and schools. So, as you can see, the audit program is good. It helps keep businesses, you know, returning their property the way they should. And so since 2014, we've spent $99,000 and it's, you know, paid back triple. So it's been a good program, and it's something, you know, we definitely want to continue. So there's nothing that needs to be done. I'm just giving y'all an update on this. I try to do this at least once a year. And so they've wrapped up 2019, and we just sent them the stuff for 2020. So we've kind of caught up. They've kind of caught up as well, because we really can't send the 2020 until 2020 is done. And so, you know, tax bills actually aren't due until October 20th. So we're getting ready to send the next batch of audits to them for 2020. And again, that's something we want to keep in our budget if possible, because it, you know, it does end up being a good thing for the county and schools.
All right.
Questions or observations?
All right. Well, we will move on to other down here where
Wait a minute, I got one more thing I need you to do.
All right.
As we, you know, continue to move through these appeals, I sent y'all a list of all the appeals that have been withdrawn, settled, or 30-day notices since our last meeting on September the 10th. And so I need y'all to adopt those values.
All right. Can I get a motion to adopt the settled appeals values?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. We're going to go down to the item G, other, and we'll talk about data request.
I guess I'll go over that. I don't know if y'all are aware, but we get a lot of requests for data because we have a lot of information that's in our appraisal system. And so WinGap is our CAMA software, and Gap Group is a board of elected individuals that work in the counties that have WinGap over the state. And so due to the many requests that all the counties get for information and data, open records requests, things like that, Gap Group has contracted out with Greg Reese, who works for K&G, to handle a lot of the requests for lots of counties across the state. And what they do is a profit sharing situation where if, say, an individual contacts a county, wants a specialized spreadsheet of information, they would contact Greg. Greg would build that spreadsheet for that individual and pay the cost for it. And then that cost is split in half. Half of it goes to Greg, K&G, and the other half goes to Gap Group. And what this does is it helps in the development costs for WinGap and what keeps our fees that we have to pay yearly down. And so Kirk and I have been talking about it because I'm the one that normally handles all the data requests from anybody outside of the county. And we get a lot of them, and a lot of them call and ask questions, and it can get kind of time consuming. So we wanted to run it by y'all and just get y'all to think about it or get your thoughts as to, because it's not something we want to do without y'all's approval. So do y'all have any questions about it? Because right now we do not charge at all. If anybody contacts us, there's no fee. We don't collect money. We typically do the request as best we can. I try to just give out all of our data and just hand it to them. A lot of times people don't know what to do with the data because it's in multiple databases. And so a lot of times we have to get more involved in giving them the information that they want. And so
So
mainly,
WinGap's not a private company?
no, I mean, the board is a 4-person board, and they're elected by people that work in the counties. And we pay like $2,000 a month, a year for WinGap. And so the profit sharing is, and it has made quite a bit to help offset development costs for WinGap.
Okay. Well, I have no problem with charging for data.
Yeah, I have no problem either. I've actually, for other counties, I've had to pay for the exact data you're talking about, Amanda, so I know that this is already going on.
Do you need a motion to do this, or you just need approval? Can I get a motion just to approve that we start charging for data, and the fees will be based on whatever he charges, correct?
Right, because he's the one that's actually doing, like, if
Okay.
I get, like, for example, I get a lot of requests for lists of multifamily parcels and the ownership and all the information on it, because you have a lot of developers out there that want this information, to send letters to, things and stuff like that. So he gets with those individuals and finds out what exactly it is they're wanting and does the spreadsheet and does the data for them. And then if they have any questions, they question him.
Okay.
Is there any countywide policy on data distribution?
And now, see, that I don't know. I know you got the open records, and like I said, and we handle those as we get them. But a lot of times, they just email me requests.
How does this
and
differ?
I get a lot from students, from like UGA students,
Sure.
grad students doing stuff, wanting certain stuff.
Well, how does this jive with Freedom of Information Act and, how the rest of the county distributes data in this way?
See, I would still want, like, if somebody is fine with getting our entire appraisal software data, I mean, that's fine. I will give it to you. I mean, I feel like we give all of that, and we've always had for free at no cost. It's just when they start getting specific, wanting, timely requests that take,
When they're adding value to that's when you want to charge for it.
Well, and it wouldn't be us charging for it. We would basically say, here, you contact this individual, and they deal with that individual, and they don't deal with our office.
Okay. Is this something you would describe as the state of the field for tax assessment offices across the state?
I know that there's a lot of counties out there that don't have people that in the office that can do requests, and this is what they do. And I know that a lot of other counties have gone that way just because of the increase in requests that our office gets.
Well, Jeb, you're in the field. Do you think this is economic development benefit for folks that are trying to do business in Athens-Clarke, or is this just a drag on the system?
I mean, if they want the information, they're going to pay for it if it's that useful to them. And I mean, if they're just utilizing now the free part of it, I mean, I mean, do you have any idea what sort of fees he's going to charge?
I don't. And and like I said, this can be a conversation. I can get more information if I want more.
That might be the thing to do. Let's table this and let's get some more information, because I don't know, there might be something where we need to post a policy or something to say that we'll give you the raw data and you can decipher it yourself for free, or if you want it specific, we're going to refer you to a third party and he's going to charge you to decipher it for you, I guess. I'm not sure that's the correct word.
That sounds right.
I mean, that's pretty much in essence what we're talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And I can get with the attorney's office too and just make sure that there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to be sure we're legal and that it's, you know, something that, I mean, we're not trying to make money. We're just trying to avoid having to add another person to help with these requests.
That's a really good point. So,
Yeah. So anyway, so let's table it and let's talk about it. You know, let's get a little more information on it and sort of see what he's charging, you know. I mean, I guess his is just going to be maybe a hourly rate, you know, but he might have the knowledge where the hourly rate wouldn't be that much because he just, you know, knows which fields to sort out. So I don't think it would be that, you know. So anyway, let's just talk about it. Let's get some more information on it and bring it back next month. How about that?
sounds good.
Everybody good with that?
Motion to table.
Motion to table. I get a motion to table.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Anybody got any other business? Okay, well, I'm going to entertain a motion to enter into executive session for attorney-client conference to discuss pending litigation.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, y'all give me just a second, okay?
All righty.
All right, we are back live.
Okay, we're back live out of executive session and with no other business to discuss. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we are adjourned.